The Pokemon Adventures manga began in 1997, a little over a year after the release of Pokemon Red and Green in Japan. It's older than Pokemon Yellow version and predates many staples of the franchise, the Pokemon anime, every expansion of the TCG Beyond base set, and even the entirety of the competitive scene. And contrary to popular belief, no, it is not insanely dark and messed up, it's fun and has yellow in it. I've been an enjoyer of Pokemon Adventures for far longer than I've played the games, and over time, I've noticed that there have been quite a few times where the games will actually take inspiration from or reference the manga. Fun fact, Satoshi Tajiri, the creator of Pokemon, even said once that, quote, "This manga is closest to the world I wanted to convey," meaning that it's not out of the realm of possibility that he did in fact take inspiration from some parts of the manga. If you've played Pokemon Red and Blue, you probably know about Mewtwo, the super powerful Pokemon that was made in a lab by some scientists as a clone of Mew. This piece of lore would later be retconned in the first Pokemon movie and all future Pokemon media to make Mewtwo's backstory that it was created by Team Rocket's scientists. But crazily enough, the movie isn't the origin of that piece of lore. Chapter 16 of Pokemon Adventures has this same backstory for Mewtwo. When Red sneaks into Team Rocket's hideout to find Green after she stole his gym badges, he finds out that Team Rocket had gotten a hold of a few cells of Mew and were using them to create a super powerful Pokemon, which is clearly Mewtwo. And speaking of Green, you see her design here? Does it look familiar? This is Green from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, released over 20 years after Green's first appearance in the manga. She looks pretty much exactly the same as Green's original appearance in Pokemon Adventures and shares the same name. I don't know about you guys, but that seems like an original character from the manga being in a main series game. Let's move on to Fire Red and Leaf Green. A lot of things are going on all at once in this arc, but within the chaos, it is revealed that Silver is Giovanni's son, with it being the center of the entire arc, which is about Giovanni trying to capture Deoxys, the DNA Pokemon, to find his son. And then, eventually, in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, released about 5 years later, it would be canonized in the games that Silver is in fact Giovanni's son. I never finished Pokemon Adventures' Ruby and Sapphire arc, but I've read enough of it and learned enough about it from fanfiction to know that they're basically a couple. Something frantic shipping. In the original Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire games, the protagonists are just friendly rivals, but in the remakes, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they go on a date to the Maz Deep Space Center and definitely like each other, just like in the manga. This has never been the case in any Pokemon game prior or since, so I can only assume that this was inspired by Pokemon Adventures. And that's all the times I've noticed that the Pokemon games took inspiration from the Pokemon Adventures manga. Everyone should read Pokemon Adventures, it's the best, and while it's not insanely dark as everyone seems to think, it's still really, really good.